crispy.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Figures in Action. And today, I'm going to review an action figure. I think I've had this channel for maybe 6+ years, maybe 7. I think I reviewed one action figure ever. So the reason I want to review this action figure is because I'm a huge Master of Kung Fu fan. When I first started, or no, I shouldn't say. Let me backtrack here. I was born in 1974. Bruce Lee died in 1973. When I hit about 10 years old, I found out about Bruce Lee through my dad and instantly became a huge fan. I saw Enter the Dragon. Like, Kung Fu at that time was my superheroes. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I knew about Spider-Man. I knew about all, you know, the Marvel characters. But those were just, you know, whatever. But, like, Kung Fu, like, that's some legit shit. You know what I mean? So, wanted to review this figure, so let's do that. Alright, so out the box he comes with the two hands that are already on him, factory, and then there are an additional 7 hands. So we get kind of this gripping hand. I think it's for the nunchucks, I believe. Then we have this ahoy captain hand, or karate chop to the throat so you can't breathe for a few minutes hand. We got a couple of fisted hands, just regular standard fisted hands. Then we have some grappling hands, you know, so just hands that he uses to grab your jacket and fling you over his shoulder or some shit. And we have kind of another hand to grip the nunchucks. It comes with 2 nunchucks. You know, I wish that these guys were had real chains, but I mean, that's asking for a lot. And I'm getting a second figure of Shang-Chi. I like him enough that I'm gonna get a second figure. So I'm gonna try to I got these little chains that are about that size, so I'm gonna see if I can hook that up. But you got a couple of them, and then let me see if we can get the details on that. But the details are pretty cool on it has kind of man, I don't even know what these things are called, but I see them at Chinese New Year every time. That's not a great description at all. So it comes with those nunchucks. And then the figure itself, man, I love it. It's great. It's great. So let's go over the articulation real quick so you guys have an idea, and then I'll just kind of get into a little bit of a spiel here. So his head does go about that much down, and it doesn't go too far up. It gets hindered by the hair back here. I wish it would have gone down a little further, but he does have you can kind of move his little his black belt, purple belt, whatever it is, but he does go that far in terms of the ab crunch. Then he has the butterfly shoulders here, so which is perfect for this type of figure, you know, so they can go as far back as that and as forward as this. Standard double jointed elbows. The hands they rotate, and they also do the hinge thing. Swivel at the thigh, double jointed knees, and it gets a little hindered because of the pants, so it doesn't go up as far. Well, let me see. The other thing too is I had to kind of do I don't have a blow dryer here. There's no female that lived in this household, so we don't have a blow dryer. So I had to kind of do the hot water trick to try to he wasn't standing, but that's about as far as much as that's gonna go in terms of the double jointed knees. Then for the waist swivel, then there is rotation here at the bottom of the pants, which is perfect. And then the pivot, and again I'm not getting these as far up as I think they can go, and I just don't want to break this figure, so it can go back that far back with this particular figure. And again, next time I just need to get a blower. I guess I should just have one of those in general. It can help with dial making as well. The paint job came out pretty good. I mean, it's not much paint. There's a little bit of a yellow splotch that I got here. Well, look, there was a little bit of a yellow splotch. I took that off real quick. I like the detail here. Got a little messy right there, if you can see it, but I like the detail at the bottom of the pants. I like the color that they use. Headband looks good. It doesn't have any, you know, it kind of stays there's no wiring in there, so it kind of just stays. But I'm pretty sure if you would kind of do the hot water, cold water thing, you can kind of stretch it out a little bit, because it looks like there is some movement, and it looks like I stretch it out and it takes a few seconds to kind of get back into place. And then he has painted on nipples, and I think that they did a good job with it because it doesn't look weird or anything like that. And then the sculpt on his face, pretty good. His hair looks great. It looks like there's a little bit of a dry brush, maybe a lighter color. I wear glasses now and I don't have them on me, so I can't see that well. But yeah, so when Shang-Chi, when I first got into comic books and I found out that there was a figure kind of based on Bruce Lee, I was pretty excited. Or not a figure, excuse me, a character that was kind of based on Bruce Lee. I was pretty excited because Bruce Lee had passed away. He wasn't making any more movies, but I was not collecting action figures or comic books. So as soon as I found out that Master of Kung Fu. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the two hands that he comes with. They kind of split here. There's kind of a gap between kind of that Leonard Nimoy Spock type of thing, but he's just a little more bent over, and these can just be kind of fighting hands and what have you. But yeah, so when Master of Kung Fu, when I first found out about it, I was pretty excited because I was like, man, I never got to experience what Bruce Lee was going to give this world. He was a great man. He passed away before his time, and this was kind of Marvel's smartly, this was kind of Marvel's move to capitalize on all the great things Bruce Lee had done, and how everybody in America was all of a sudden excited about Kung Fu. I just actually saw a really cool documentary on Netflix, the history of Kung Fu films here in America. Fascinating, dope. If you ever get a chance to look for that, check it out. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, man, so I just want to kind of review this just because, again, this has always been one of my favorite kind of characters in the Marvel universe, and it's funny because he wouldn't get a lot of love. I mean, it's which makes sense. I mean, you put him into a situation with Iron Man and Captain America, and like, this is a lower level street type of hero, but he does have his superpower is a chi. I should have done some research before I did this review, but what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description so you guys can a couple of different links so you guys can read about the history of Shang-Chi. But anyway, just want to yeah, man, it's been a long time since I reviewed it. I definitely recommend this figure. He is oh man, let me see if I can get a ruler here. He stands approximately about 6.5, almost 6.5 inches, and so right in line with everyone else. And I'm very happy to have this action figure. And again, I have a friend of mine who was able to find another one for me, so I'm waiting for that to come in. And then we'll have two. But yeah, man, definitely excited about this figure, and I am very happy that Marvel made it. Interestingly enough, I'm not interested in this wave at all. The only other figure I probably get from this wave is Scorpion, as that's one of Spider-Man's original villains, and it's kind of pretty accurate to the Scorpion and Vulture. Not Scorpion, I'm sorry, Vulture. And so Vulture's probably is it Vulture? Man. Yep, Vulture, I'm sorry. So it is Vulture. So Vulture's the only other guy that I want that's in this wave. Let me see, I can get you guys a picture right here. So these are the you get to build the Demo Goblin, so these are the figures you have to get. Shang-Chi I already have. This is the only other guy I want. I can care less about this. It actually came with the body pretty much, which is pretty cool sculpt. It looks really cool. I'm just not interested in really building this. Alright, y'all, and I am out. Thanks for tuning in.